What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, and in this video I'm going to share with you guys my top 3 tips and strategies for high ticket branding. So if you're interested in selling products at a higher value with higher ticket, I'm going to show you guys 3 really awesome ideas on how you can do that and how I do the same. First things first, thank you guys so much. We finally hit our first goal of 1,000 subscribers. The next goal is 10,000, so let's keep grinding and getting there. For those of you guys wondering, I don't normally wear glasses, but my eyes have been bothering me, so I got me some blue light glasses, which are supposed to protect against the blue light rays and all that stuff from screens. So I'm debuting this on this video, but yeah, super exciting stuff. So thank you guys first and foremost. I really appreciate all of you guys subscribing. Passing that 1,000 milestone was awesome, especially in 2 weeks. Tells me that you guys really love the free value and all the knowledge I'm dropping. So I'm gonna continue doing that. Let's set our next goal at 10,000. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below or turn on post notifications up top on the right. Okay, so let's talk about high ticket branding and how I essentially achieve this. And I want to use real life case studies because I've told you guys I study the top brands in the world. That's how I build my own brands. So I want to really share with you guys 3 concrete examples and what we can learn from them, okay? So for the first 2 examples particularly, I'm going to be using 2 companies as an example, okay? We'll use Louis Vuitton and we'll use Walmart as the 2 examples, okay? Even though they're not direct competitors, they don't really sell the same products, whatever it is, everything's gonna make sense once I talk about it, okay? So when it comes to high ticket branding and essentially charging a lot for a product, right? Because if you know, whether you know Yeezys or you know Gucci or you know Louis Vuitton, all these companies, they're not doing anything spectacular, right? Their products are not essentially at core value without the logo worth what it's worth, right? Like a pair of Yeezys without the Yeezy sign on them is just a pair of shoes, guys, just a pair of sneakers, okay? So when it's just a pair of sneakers and they sell it for $1,000, but you can cop a pair somewhere else for $20, $30, it's telling you that they're doing something great with branding, okay? So that's essentially what I want to talk about, is how you can take a $20, $30 product and mark it up at an insane amount so you have juicy margins and you can compete. You can outcompete everyone on ads and all that good stuff. But I want to use concrete examples of how this works, okay? So first things first, I'm a big believer of the vibe that you give out is the vibe that you attract, okay? So if you give out a cheap vibe, you're gonna attract cheap people. And let me give you guys a really good example, okay? Walmart, okay? And first things first, I have nothing against either the cheaper brands or the higher ticket brands. There is no bias for me. It's just easy to use with case studies to show you guys. So first things first, Walmart is spectacular. You can be successful with either business model. There's nothing against it, but I personally just prefer higher ticket brands. So that's why I'm gonna be using these lower ticket brand and lower ticket companies as examples to show you guys. But this is not to knock any of the lower ticket companies or any of that stuff, because you can be very successful doing that model as well. Just not my cup of tea. That's all it is, okay? So first things first, what I wanna share with you guys, so Walmart, okay? So anytime you go into a Walmart, you get a certain type of vibe, okay? The vibe that you get inside of the store is that there's products everywhere. Seems like they've got endless supply of products, right? Anytime you go look at the shelves and stuff like that, there's like, you know, bunches and bunches of products stacked up, right? And they always make it an emphasis to make sure that their products are pushed to the front so that way people know that inventory or stock is there, right? That's the vibe that you get at a Walmart, because Walmart is really saying, oh, we want to sell as many of these products as we possibly can to as many people as possible. We don't care if our margins are 10 cents, 20 cents, whatever it is. We just want to move product, right? So that's how Walmart does it, okay? Now, let me give you guys a direct example of how a high ticket brand does it, okay? So when you walk into a Louis Vuitton store, right? How hard is it to find sometimes? For those of you guys who've walked in, and if you haven't walked in, you guys can, you know, check out any high-end luxury store just for the fun of it, walk in, just analyze and study it. How hard is it sometimes to find the same product, like the same duplicate of it, right? And it's not that they don't have stock. Their shelves are filled, their warehouses, all that stuff. When they ship online, they've got thousands and thousands of these products. But they intentionally put very few of these items out. And the reason that they do this is to make it seem like it's more rare or it's unique or it's limited edition, right? So if I'm trying to build a dropshipping store, I'm trying to build a brand, the words that I want to be using are things like, oh, this is rare, right? This is limited edition. This is unique. We only made 250 of these. That automatically increases the value, right? Because that tells you right off the bat, okay, the vibe and the tribe that I'm trying to acquire here is a higher ticket vibe and a tribe. People that, commemorate, or they really, enjoy luxury items, special edition items, unique things, they're more of a target audience, right? Someone that's going to Walmart is just looking for stuff that they need, and they're looking for the cheapest possible price point at it, right? They don't care about the brand, they don't care about the names, they don't care about any of that stuff. They just want what they want, right? And it doesn't matter who makes it. But when you walk into a Louis Vuitton store, as you can see from the vibe there, everything is a lot more spacious, right? First of all, everything in a Walmart's like crammed, right? Like you go into the clothing section, there's like clothes in little bundles, there's like hangers hanging, there's like things on shelves, it's everywhere. When you go into a Louis Vuitton, sometimes a Louis Vuitton store is almost as big as a Walmart, but they have 90% less items on their shelves, right? You know, like you can walk by and you'll see like one tie or a couple belts, different designs hanging up, but they'll only show one of them. And the reason why they do this is for two reasons, right? One, they want to create a very luxurious, minimalist, spacious type of environment to shop in. And the second is that they want you to impulse buy, okay? They know that these products, if they make it seem like there's only one on the shelf, and because their brand is so highly touted and highly renowned, people have this desire and this urge to buy something. So they know that if someone falls in love with an item, they're gonna be more likely to pick it up off the shelves and buy it, even if it's $500 or $1,000, because there's such few of them on the shelves, right? It's just, you know, it's like the example when it comes to a little kid, right? When you start playing with the toy, and even though the little kid was never playing with it, the little kid wants to play with the toy all of a sudden, right? But when you're not playing with it, the little kid doesn't care to play with it either. So the same thing goes, and this is a mental strategy that, or marketing strategy that Louis Vuitton and these big brands use. They put one item out there, right? Because they know if you fall in love with it and you don't pick it up, in the back of your head, you're gonna be thinking, oh man, what if somebody else picks it up? And now you're more likely to make an impulse buy. So that's essentially how that works. So that's the first concept, okay? The difference between high ticket brands and low ticket brands, to break all that down, to summarize it, is that high ticket brands utilize rarities, uniqueness. They basically make it seem like it's far more special, and they utilize scarcity to create that vibe, okay? So that's the first thing that they do, okay? The second thing that they do, and you guys will have noticed this too, when you walk into a Walmart, you will see that there are sale signs everywhere, okay? Roll back, used to be this price, now it's this price, and the signs, the sale signs are big, the tags are, you know, they got like big billboards, their advertisements on television will be like, used to be $19.99, now $9.74, come buy this, right? And they're literally throwing sales at people's faces. So the type of consumer that they attract is someone that's always looking for a deal, okay? When you market that you're constantly putting your products on sale, here's what happens, guys. You attract a different type of consumer. There's nothing wrong with this consumer. You can be very successful with this consumer, but you're constantly bringing in a lower spending consumer, right? You're bringing in a consumer that only wants deals, only wants sales, only wants that stuff. And anytime something's a little bit higher of a price, they're not gonna shop with you, okay? So the vibe that you attract is very, very important, because if your messaging is wrong, you're gonna attract the wrong vibe, right? So I see a lot of people that try to brand high ticket products, but they'll say, oh, a sale for, used to be, you know, $200, now it's $100. Guys, you can't do that because you're attracting the wrong tribe, right? Unless your product is that great, it's gonna be very, very hard, right? When have you ever really walked into a Louis Vuitton or any of these stores and they show you a sale, right? First things first, they do two things. Number one, it's very, very hard to even find the price tag, right? The price tag will be in tiny little numbers or letters on the barcode or on the tag itself. Sometimes the tag is flipped over on purpose, because they know that people that are coming in this store, they don't want them to care about price. If they care about price, that's not the place to shop. They want to give people a luxurious vibe, and if you really like what you see and you have the money, they want you to spend. That's what high ticket brands do. So instead of focusing your store so much on price, you don't need to do that, guys. If you're trying to be high ticket, you don't need to focus on price. You need to focus on the vibe and the consumers, and essentially how you make people feel and how luxurious it is, and conveying the value, okay? Stores like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all that stuff, they have mastered the art of conveying value, where people will fall in love with something without knowing the price. And when they flip over the price, it could be like $2,500 for a wallet. And people will be like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, I'm interested in buying it, right? But imagine if you walked into a Walmart and you saw a wallet for $2,500. It said, used to be $3,000, now $2,500. No one's gonna buy that, because that's not Walmart's consumer base, because the vibe that they attract is people that are looking for deals and they're looking for mass quantities of orders. Louis Vuitton, on the other hand, they're not looking for mass quantities of orders, right? They could sell 100 products at a store in a day and they could crush it, right? Because their average order value could be like $1,000, right? And at that point, they just netted 100, or they didn't net, they grossed $100,000. And on that, their net might be like 30,000 for that store, 25,000 for that store. As you guys can see, that's ridiculous numbers, right? But for Walmart, they might need to sell, 100,000 products to make $25,000 because maybe they have a 25-cent margin. So the number 2 key vibe is that if you're going to attract the right tribe and the right vibe for your brand, your messaging needs to be synonymous throughout the entire thing, okay? So if you're gonna be a high ticket brand, stop focusing on how big of a discount or how big of a sale or how big of a deal your product is. Louis Vuitton doesn't give sales out, right? Very, very rarely. When you walk into their store, they don't have things crossed out and rollbacks and all that kind of stuff. They just have this luxurious vibe when you walk in. So that's the second most important thing, okay? And last but not least, the third most important thing is you need to understand your target audience, okay? Who is rocking Louis Vuitton, okay? Think about it really, really carefully, okay? It's celebrities, actors, actresses, people that are highly, highly admired, okay? And these are the people that are constantly sharing Louis Vuitton's products. Louis Vuitton uses them for their marketing campaigns, all that good stuff. But when have you really ever seen, celebrities like advertising for Walmart? You guys don't see that, right? So again, it comes down to the vibe that you want to attract needs to be synonymous all the way through. If you're marketing a high-end luxurious product, but you have somebody that looks like, a suburban family or a middle-aged person, middle-class person rocking your product, doesn't really make sense, okay? Because it's not conveying that value that like, oh, this is high ticket, this is a different class, this is a different level. You're gonna attract the wrong tribe, right? Go watch Walmart commercials. You're gonna see they're gonna be families, right? They're gonna be like individuals, people that look like regular people, not someone that's, looks like they're in the top 1% wealth or they have like the top 1% influence in the world or something like that. They're just regular average Joes that are shopping at Walmart because Walmart knows its target audience. They want average Joes to come there, shop there, buy as much as they can and keep coming back. And that's their business model. They make a ton of money. So if that's your business model, then that's how you advertise, that's how you market. But I see it way too often where brands try to market a high ticket item, but they're using average Joes for their marketing, right? For their lifestyle photos, for people rocking their products, for video testimonials, all that stuff. It just doesn't make sense. Your messaging and your marketing always needs to be synonymous if you want to be successful. Take note of Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all these brands. You're going to see highly influential people, actors, actresses, rappers, songwriters, musicians. All these types of people are the ones that are actually rocking their products. So very, very key. I hope you guys got a ton of value from these 3 things that I shared, because if you guys really break it down to its core element, you guys will see and understand how important it is to master these things if you're going to do a high ticket brand. That's it for this video, guys. I will be dropping as much content as I possibly can. Please make sure you guys subscribe and comment down below. Always happy to respond to comments. Thanks so much. I'll catch you guys on the next video.